the Macadine family and listening audience. I'm Camille Shabazz of Macadine University. Hoping all is well with you on this mighty Tuesday evening, August 9th, 2022. And I'm just going to jump right into the subject because I've been, over the last week or so, talking to various brothers who, for the most part, are remaining in relationships that they don't really want to be in, but remaining in because of financial ties and emotional ties. But while you have these ties, you're losing your mind and about to lose your freedom. So my advice to those brothers who are holding on to these dead and toxic relationships, not just dead, but toxic on top of being dead, you're on your way to some deep, deep trouble if you don't get out of it. I'm telling you, man. Once you don't want to hear her voice, don't want to see her face, and y'all can't stand each other, it is time to go. The party is over. And if you stay, the longer you stay, the more possibility of harm and hurt coming to you or to your partner. Simple as that. It's really common sense. But once you're emotionally blinded by rage and by what you think is love, which is nothing but a toxic addiction, you don't even see clearly. And once your brother or someone that gives a damn about you is trying to tell you the right way to go to prevent additional hurt, pain, and loss, you attack the one trying to help you, which proves that you're not in the right state of mind. So hopefully time and not additional punishment will help you out before, tragedy takes place. But, brothers, once you get over 40 years old and you're not in a steady relationship, maybe a steady relationship really is not for you and you need to be alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. And the older you get, for some reason, the more you want to be alone anyway. But to try to, after being a player for 25, 30 years, to now you want to be getting married at 45 and 50 with no practice whatsoever or minimum practice in monogamy, you are setting yourself up for disappointment and failure and hurt and heartbreak. And you're going to end up all the way back to square one. So my advice, as the title says, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to know when the relationship is over. And some of these so-called relationships were over before they began. Everyone on the outside looking in could see that. But those two so-called lovebirds can't see that in the first 60 to 90, sometimes 120 days, if that. But once reality crashes in and they see each other for who they are, after the dopamine and all the other mental chemicals dissolve, then you're at this point of hating each other, can't stand each other, and cheating, violence, and the list goes on and on. But brothers, you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. As simple as that. And when you see the red flags, mainly arguing and violence, it doesn't get no greater than those flags. So if you got those two things going on, you need to get ghosts. Because you can only stay calm for a matter of time before triggers and buttons are going to be pushed, and then you're going to get out of character, and then you're going to be downtown or in the morgue. So be careful. That's my warning to you, my brothers. Know when to hold them and when to fold them. If it's over, get the hell out. Get the hell out. You'll be better off living under a bridge. Like the scripture says, it'd be better to live on a rooftop than to be in the house with a contentious woman. A woman that doesn't want you there and doesn't want to be with you, and vice versa. That's a toxic ingredient factor for disaster. So, brothers, please take heed to that message, because we're in an era of murder and suicide that's at the highest of all times. And you got to keep yourself in a mindset of calmness so that you can think clearly. And that entails, once again, being to yourself. Because being alone doesn't mean that you're alone. As I said before, being alone really means you're all one. You're to yourself, where you give yourself all of your attention, which is needed in this critical hour. So hopefully you got something out of this. Once again, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Because if you don't, you'll be the one getting folded. Peace and salute. Have a wonderful evening in peace.